What's up, y'all? It's your boy Zio, back with another DC Universe Online video, man. And today, I'm going to show you all, trying to get this done before double XP goes away, but I want to show you all what are all the troll artifacts you need to be a successful meta troll, for, DC content. Now, if you saw my last video, basically a bunch of old head niggas from, I don't know, 2011 are upset because the way trolls play nowadays. Artifact swapping is such a burden to people, even though it takes zero point 0.5 seconds to do. It's such a burden that it created a whole outburst on the forums with my video in it. Like, I don't know how I got involved in it. I'm just doing what you're supposed to do. So let me make this clear before I start. Anybody who doesn't want to art swap, I mean, I got a loadout or setup for you as well. But if you're going to watch this still and you're going to complain about art swapping, click off the video, bro. Like, come on, bro. It's not my fault. This is how the game is supposed to be played, which it is. This is how you get the maximum amount of buff for a buff troller, bro. So I don't know why people are so upset that they can't take uh literally the smallest amount of brain power to press inventory and swap in an artifact, and then press inventory again, swap in another one. I don't know why that takes so much brain power, and it upsets people over the age of 65. I don't know why that's so painful for people to do. I understand if you have like a PlayStation 4, it's not as optimal as on a PlayStation 4 versus a PlayStation 5 or PC. Now that's understandable. But if you have either one of those consoles and you're still complaining about art swapping, bro, listen, just bro, go do something else, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man. Anyway, so I'm gonna give you all the buff troll. This is the meta first. This is what trolls at least you're supposed to have. At least. I'm gonna tell you what you need 200. And by the way, before I continue, this is the most expensive role in the game, hands down. Trolling is the most expensive role in the game as to date. You need a lot of artifacts to be a very effective buff troll, and you need skill points too. And brain power to artifact swap. But that's like the easiest thing you can do. Anyway, one artifact that has to be 200, called or claw. This has to be 200. This has to be 200. When you use this at 200, you can give the group maximum amount of buff. You get the full thing. No holdbacks. At 160, you don't get the what you call it? You don't get the crits. Something like that, bro. You don't get the crits. So you need the crit magnitude and all that. So you gotta get this 200. Another artifact that needs to be 200. Cog and Tetra. You have to have these 200 to give the group the max amount of buff. You know what I'm saying? You can get away with 160s. Well, some people gonna be pissed off at you for having 160s, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm rocking 160s. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not putting that much money into a troll, especially where this is like my second least played role. I play this more than DPSing, but at the same time, bro, like this is a lot of work to be a troll nowadays. So, and then you need amulet 200 too. Honestly, they say you do. I don't think you do, to be honest with you, bro. Especially this DLC, you can get away with it. You can get away with not having this 200. This DLC. This DLC, you don't have to have this 200. But here's the setup. So basically, hold on, let me do this. So the way I have it set up is this is to buff precision. This is to throw debuffs on the enemy, and they hit harder, you hit more enemies, and this is to buff the group. So claw, when you pop it, it's activated for 12 seconds. And typically, you will have a tetrahedron too as well, so you can buff a might as well. I buff both. Whether if there's only precision DPSs in the group, I still swap in Tetra and hit it for a second and swap it out. Like, I still do that. It's just a habit at this point, the art swap. So what you do is, you know, pop your club off or whatever, tap inventory, put on Tetra, boom, and then typically you would start swapping to like 6, 7 other arts. Now, what else you can swap is Scrap of the Soul Cloak. You do not have to have this one. This doesn't have to be 200. I say at least 160. You can get away with it at 122. It just depends on how good the greens are in your group. If you have a healer that's EOG spamming, then you can most definitely do this. You know, this nigga's bugging me, and I'm up here trying to. Anyway, so yeah, this is for elite, by the way. I'm gonna give the people who just run regs. I'm gonna give you something too. Like, this is elite. Now for reg, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I say, I always say this. When it comes to reg content, bro, you can do anything you want, bro, because it's not serious. It's easy, bro. You can do anything you want in there. So for people who just want a battery troll in 2022 that probably don't have a P5 to even think about buff trolling, if you don't have a PS5 or PC, you can still do this setup. You can still have this. You just won't be able to swap, but you can still be effective with just this. At least you can buff the group to a good amount of potential with your skill points as well. You just can't do the extra. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of extra. Like, these 3 arts up here are extra. I don't have these leveled up because, like I said, I don't troll all the time. But these are extra arts to swap. So this is fine. If you don't have a PlayStation 5 and you just want a buff troll still, you can do this. This is fine too. You know, you still buff the group with the cross weapon combo too. Yeah, you still buff the group. So you'll be fine. Now, for the people who want a power troll, which I do not recommend, there's no need for it in 2022 at all, but here you go. This. Amulet, as you know, debuffs. Parasite Power Harness is good for giving power back to the group. You know, that's its purpose. A lot of it, you get a lot of vitalization from this. And Scrap of Soul Cloak, pop infinite supercharges. That's the buff, I mean, that's the power troll norm. Do I recommend this? No, I don't. You can literally get perfect power as a buff troll. You don't have to be strictly a power troll. As a power troll, you give no buff to the group. You know what I mean? A buff troll, you give buff and power to the group. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. This is the power troll. Or battery troll, and they call it. It's been a long time, bro. What else you can do is, there's a lot of sub-arts. So these are your main 3, or main 4, I should say. I'll put that up there. These are your main 4. Claw, Amulet, Cog, Tetra. Now, like I said, you can swap these 2, but if you don't have a PS5 or PC, depending on who's in the group, you can just swap out these 2. So if you have all precision DPSs, then you would use Cog, but if you have all might DPSs, you would use Tetrahedron instead. So that's if you can't swap. Now if you can swap, you would use this. Swap these out. Those are main 3. Swap this out with this. Then you would swap Scrap of the Soul Cloak as well. Scrap is a good thing to have every time you pop a supercharge. Now, on to the extras. I don't use these enough to really tell you how to swap it. I'm not really that, like, into the trolling scheme with it. But I know these 3 are useful as well, especially Bop. I remember when this art came out, everybody thought it was useless. Now every YouTube video I go with a troll in there, he has this on. He's literally popping this every single time. So this has some use. It applies all debuffs instantly. Like, it applies everything instantly. So you don't have to worry about doing, like, applying every single debuff. And then, yeah, this does that. So you would use Bop. You would use this as well. This helps gives back power to the group as well. And it increases your health. You know what I'm saying? To the group. So health is how you buff the group, by the way, if nobody knows that. So when you go into a buff troll stance, I explained this better in my mental video, but I go superpower 10-10 and I go full health. The more health you have, the more buff you give to the group. And then I go Vit. Some people go dominance, some people go main power. I always go Vit after I fully do health. You know, yeah, that's how I set it up. I'm just telling you what you need as a meta troll. Like I say, I know this is a lot. Honestly, I don't blame y'all if y'all don't have these three. I don't blame y'all. I don't blame y'all if y'all don't have, if you just running these three personally, because trolling is very expensive, bro. All of these have to be 200 to be effective, which is annoying because it's like, bro, that's a lot of bread. So I definitely agree if you don't have all of this 200. The one you would aim for at least to be 200 is Claw, because Claw at 160 is useless. So that's the one you would aim for to be 200. The rest, hey man, I'm getting away with it. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm getting away with not having the rest 200. So listen, I only got touch at 200 for the duels, bro. I ain't gonna bull. But anyway, yeah. So I've given y'all kind of the basis arts you need. These are extra. I don't use these as of right now, and I'm still, you know, giving buff to the group. Probably not as much as I could with these extra artifacts, but I'm on a tight schedule right now, bro. So you just gotta deal with it. But these three at least, Claw, Amulet, Cog, and Tetra, like those two are you need to do one or the other or both. And then scrap for the extra supercharge. That's kind of an extra art too. You don't need this depending on how good the greens is. I just swap it in just because. You know what I mean? This is like elite stuff. Now reg, like I said earlier, you can run anything, you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about reg raids, bro. You never have to worry about running red raids. Alright, and for the extras as well, you can have Philosopher's Stone and Dead King Scepter for, you know, like the supercharge, and then I mean the supply drop, and then the orbital strike. You can have that as a troll. I mean, I at least say Philosopher's Stone. I don't really know, you know, Dead King too, but I say at least Philosopher's Stone. That supply drop be coming in handy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah. So these are the main ones. These are the main ones you will want as a buff troll. As a power troll, you would just use these three. Boom. Power Troll. And Power Troll, for the spec, if anybody want to know, superpower 10-10 Vit. 10-10 Vit Might Power. That's it. That's all you need for a Power Troll. So, boom, Buff Troll, boom, Power Troll, and these are extra Buff Troll artifacts. These, like the Bop, Calm Link, and the Riser, whatever this is called, Rings of Azar. And then you can use this when you buff Troll 2 and swap Parasite Power Harnessing. It's a lot of it's a lot when it comes to trolling. Do I recommend this? First things first, if you want to be a troll, I'll at least have somewhere near my skill points. Maybe more. Maybe a lot more, to be honest. I really don't think you're a real effective buff troll until you at least have 630, 640 skill points. Even then some, you still need some more after that. So yeah, you need a lot of skill points to be really, really, really effective with this trolling stuff. People don't understand, like these people on the forums, that's how I can tell they're casual. They don't know how skilled you gotta be to really be a valid buff troll. They don't know how skillful you have to be. Like this artifact swapping stuff is crazy, bro. You gotta know the timings of everything, when to swap everything, how to get back into the inventory, you know, in and out the inventory quickly and stuff like that, and make sure you don't get killed while you're doing it too. Like, it's a lot of skill base with this. I don't know why people don't understand that. Especially buff trolling is very serious now. Like it's a top end, high end thing. There's only about 5 buff trolls I can name that are valid. Like they have all of this I'm talking about 200, and they have well over 680 skill points. So yeah, they got everything needed to be successful in the buff trolling world. Me, on the other hand, I have the bare minimum. The bare minimum. I have the bare minimum when it comes to trolling. So, yeah, there's a lot of arts. Like I said in my other videos, Obsidian Chill has a better breakdown of all of this per usual. So if you want to go watch his video, go watch his video. I'm just showing you the bare minimum of what you need on the live server, the bare minimum. So yeah. Oh yeah, Gemini, you can run this. I mean, I did it that one time in my video, but it just all depends, bro. It all depends. This is really this is kind of like a artifact. You can have it or not. These are the main ones you want. You want to level these over time. Honestly, getting these like 120, it still can be useful. So I would get them at least, especially this. Parasite, I feel like you get 120 and swap it in. You can start swapping it in as you troll too. And then you can just rank it up over time. But Claw is what you want, 200. You want to aim for Cog and Tetra 200. Amulet, that's kind of it's a whatever for me, honestly. I don't. Some people want it 200. I don't think it needs to be 200 personally. Parasite and Rings of Azar, I would at least get these 120. Start swapping them in and rank them up over time. So yeah, Claw, Cog, and Tetra. You want these? Those are the three you want to get 200. The rest, you want to get them 200 over time, but not in no sort of rush or anything like that. Just get them as you go, type beat. But yeah, that's about it, bro. I know somebody, I think it was Jukestar, his name was. He made a video of how to actually like really get into the art swapping. So go watch his video. Go look up his channel, you'll find it. And he gives you like a breakdown on how to art swap. And people really are hating on this art swapping stuff, bro. But like I said, they're casuals. They're not high end, they're not in-game players. These are casual people we talking about here. So they're just now catching on to art swapping. This has been a thing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know why people are acting brand new. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna upload this like raw, straight off the muscle. So I hope y'all watch my last video and all my other videos. Leave a like. If you got any questions in the questions, just leave it in the comments. I always respond to my comments, so you'll see me down there. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.